only instead of Jaws 16 or Jaws 17, because we already 3D is a big thing. Like 1 out of every 3 movies has a 3D option or whatever. But I mean, it's not sequels; it's reboots. We're already there. Reboots and remakes.
What about you, Sandy? Anybody's future pissed you off?
I think it's the young adult dystopian movies that have come out lately, like Hunger Games, where they all pit kids against kids. Is that really where we want our future to be?
And all of them are in Chicago for some reason. What is wrong with Chicago? Why do filmmakers not like Chicago? I mean, every movie we've had in the last 5 years has been based on... I mean, Transformers destroyed Chicago twice, okay? Come on!
I can tell you why. Have you ever driven through Chicago?
I was born and raised in Chicago.
Then you know what I mean. I mean, you try and drive around Chicago. All right, I guarantee you that's where Mad Max was conceived.
So, coming up, I understand, like, coming up in exactly 5 days from the airing of this podcast.
Yeah.
You're going to be entering in one of the greatest shows, gatherings, conventions of all time, right here in Springfield, Missouri. Is that correct?
You know, you're talking it up. You're raising my expectations, brother. When I walk out, I better be, all the other comics better be voted off the island. I better be carried around on the shoulders of all the nubile young women in Springfield who, have elected me their king.
That's right, folks. In less than a week, the Gaming Arts and Media Expo right here in Springfield, Missouri at the Springfield Expo Center is going to be it's going to be amazing. It's always a lot of fun. If you've never been to a media and gaming convention, this is something you've got to check out. Mikey Mason's going to be our guest of honor. I'm assuming you've got some really good stuff planned for us while you're here?
I'm going to do shows. I'm going to do panels. I'm going to drink as much Mother's Brewing Company as I can. I'll bring my podcasting equipment. I may record a podcast. I may give people a random drunken chance to get on my podcast. Beer-powered time machine.
I was under the impression you were going to do at least one of our podcasts, one of our full shows.
I will do one of your podcasts. I may also be powering my time machine during your podcast.
That works. that could be a little weird, but that works.
But you're going to have to edit that one because my potty mouth flows freely once the beer flows.
So here's some of the things that I've learned about Game, Brandon, and I mean you frequented there for both VisionCon as well as for your comic book. Just the name itself is cool because it's got gaming, and they've got tabletop gaming, they've got board-style gaming, card gaming, video gaming, role-playing gaming of all kinds, including live-action role-playing. It's amazing. And it's in a small area, but it's still awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things where it's got so much going on. There's always a different set of, different type of game that you could be playing. It's very relaxed atmosphere too, so you can go join just about any game. They've got sign-up sheets, all sorts of lists. They have tournaments and stuff too, so if you got more, you want to get into more, bigger, head-on-head matches like in Mortal Kombat or something, and you get a chance to win some of their in-con currency, which you can end up actually buying stuff at auction at the end of the con.
And then, of course, Sandy, there's going to be a huge costume and cosplay contest that I believe Mikey's going to be emceeing this year. Is that right? Hello?
Sandy? I'll say yes. Yes, I'm going to be doing it. I thought you said Sandy. I don't know why.
I was thinking Sandy's in charge of the steampunk stuff, so I figured she could party down with some cosplay stuff. Last year, I emceed the costume contest last year. It was really fun. My only problem was I don't speak Japanese. So half the names that the kids gave me, couldn't say them. I was awful. But
yeah. Well, and on top of that, they don't always write extremely legibly.
Oh no, they really didn't.
So you're transcribing their poorly written English versions of Japanese words into poorly spoken English versions of poorly written English versions of Japanese words.
I am going to challenge you because when I emceed the contest last year, I was actually in costume.
Oh, is that what you're saying? I need to up my game, that I need to be in costume? Is that what we're saying here?
Yes. I was Nick Fury last year emceeing the contest. That's all I'm saying.
I may go as Lady Godiva.
Okay, so I need to already start apologizing to the people who make games.
And I will say that Hawk told me to...
and Sandy, correct me if I'm wrong, there are like a lot of really cool charitable organizations and organizations such as the Springfield Hooligans is going to be there again, correct?
Yes, the Hooligans are going to have a table there. We will have some information on how you can join our group. We are also on Springfield Meetup. You can look us up online that way. Unfortunately, the Steampunk Coalition will not have a table there this year, but we are hoping for next year.
Now, the Fanatics and the Fan will actually have a table there. We will be introducing a very special limited edition Fanatics and the Fan charity calendar this year. Cosplay and artist charity calendar. Just for a game. I think you guys are going to like it. It's a really cool calendar this year. So be able to find us at our table, or find myself or Brandon or any of the other Fanatics that you see floating around, and they will hook you up with one of our charity calendars.
Excellent.
And of course, you can check out Mikey Mason on Facebook, but you can also find him at G.A.M.E right here in Springfield, Missouri at the Gaming Arts Media Expo at the Springfield Expo Center right here in Springfield, Missouri.
And I may bring my cat role-playing game with me.
Oh, awesome!
But
we will shut the place down with cats.
only if Sandy and Hawk and Brandon play it with me.
Oh, yeah, you better believe it.
I'm there, dude.
I'll play a mean calico.
Actually, my son's favorite character is the Black Panther, so I'm down.
Excellent.
That's actually one of the few movies I am. If Marvel messes that up, I may never forgive them. So maybe I don't recommend them screwing that movie up.
Well, I agree that they really shouldn't mess it up, but sadly, most of the world wouldn't notice if they did. And I mean that. I love Black. T'Challa is a great character. Don't get me wrong, and they should totally do that character justice. But if they don't, it'll be like Guardians of the Galaxy as long as they hit the masses.
Well, there's only about 7 or 8 actors total that could play that role.
Wesley Snipes is like 4 of them, right?
Have you heard his African accent? It sucks. But he could play.
Black Panther doesn't have to talk.
He could play the father.
They could dub him, right? Somebody could dub him.
One of my biggest complaints, my biggest worries is that he doesn't actually have an accent. I'm done.
Oh, really?
He's got to have that African accent. Otherwise,
who's the actor playing him?
I don't remember. I'm happy to say I don't remember because I like to go into movies blind sometimes. Despite our show, I try to go into my movies blind, and I really want to go into that one as a actual fan and not as a critic.
Yeah.
Because my entire Marvel world is hinging on this movie not sucking.
Well, I know who I would if I could dreamcast the Black Panther. I know who I would have play him. I can't pronounce his name, but I know I'd have play him. It's Chiwetel. Ejiofor. He was the operative in Trinity. He was in Love Actually. And I would love to see him play T'Challa.
And he actually does a great African accent.
Yeah, he does.
And so, I agree with you 100%, Mr. Mason. That was absolutely correct.
He's a killer actor. And he was in Serenity. So, and in Love Actually, which, you want a scoop? That's my favorite movie.
Okay, so we take away some of Mikey's man credits as well as geek credits for that one.
Wait. No, wait. You want to take away from my man? Pure masculinity to say that I think Colin Firth is dreamy and accessible? Is that how this is going to be?
Oh, yeah. take away a guy card from from Mikey.
I don't want to be that guy, sir. You can have it. I'll tear it up and burn it with my bra. Do you understand me?
It's a brave new world.
If you can't tell, you're listening to Fanatics and the Fan with Mikey Mason. And it's our pre-game show. And I got to tell you, I'm more looking forward to hanging out with Mikey Mason at Game. So if you got nothing else to do next weekend, come on out to Game. If you got something else to do next weekend, come on out to Game. At the Springfield Expo, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's great stuff happening. There's performances. Mikey, I believe you're doing a show, correct? You're doing a performance too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm doing at least one. But then, you know, I'm starved for attention, so it's not like I won't have a guitar with me wherever I'm. If I'm stationed anywhere for too long, there's probably going to be a guitar somewhere around there. I try and be entertaining no matter what, just because I want the attention.
And of course, we're going to actually have Fanatics and the Fans. Going to have a table there. We're going to actually do our full show live from Game. Then we're going to kidnap Mikey Mason and put him on as one of the Fanatics. So it's going to be an interesting show. Probably going to be, with my luck, the most number of people going to show up for the show. And I'm going to try to corral it today. That's what I do.
Excellent. I'm all for it. You know, I want in. I'm a fanatic. We'll do an entire Love Actually show. You tell me, Hawk, who's your favorite character in Love Actually?
So, folks, if you got nothing else to do next weekend, or even if you do got nothing else to do next weekend, head on out to the Springfield Expo Center and check out the folks that's putting on Game. It's going to be an amazing thing. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hanging out with my other Fanatics. So, for my Fanatics,
Brandon,
Sandy, and
Mikey.
Our very special guest, Mr. Mikey Mason, of course. My name is Hawk. You're listening to Fanatics and the Fan. Woo!